Hello. If you can hear me, give me a one in the chat. Let's see, what should we go with? Should we go with blue? Let's go with blue. Look a little orangey there. Green, yellow. Hey, Melissa. Oh, y'all already got started. We'll do this color. I took the big camera off of me. I mean, not camera, light. I feel like it made my eyes look like they was bloodshot red. I'm tired, but I don't think they bloodshot red. How y'all doing? Let's see what's going on. MT? Who's MT? Hello, MT. I don't remember that name. Melissa said, I'm good. I have my wine and getting ready for the weekend. Hopefully the weather isn't too bad. We have a lot of work to do outside. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the blue look good, right? You got your book today? That's good. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. If you are enjoying Lord, emotional intelligence book, I'm telling you, Atomic Habits is gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind. Okay. So hey Michelle. Yeah, I was like, oh, Melissa's very uh very chummy and greeting new people into the chat, but it's her sister, so that makes sense. Yep. So how y'all doing? Of course, I'm a little late. Our Zoom classes resumed back. Let me move this over a little bit. Our Zoom classes. Can y'all hear me? I feel like it's in my armpit. Let me move it to the side. Okay. So people had a lot to say because I think she intended for us to have a like a alternative day, but it didn't work out. So of course people had a million questions. And you have some people in there. We actually had a physician in there. So we have an MD in there. And so that's kind of nice because sometimes MDs are, they're a little snooty when it comes to NPs. So yeah, it's back to 7. It was back to 7:30 today, Pam. But I'm here now. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how that go. So oh yes. So pickleball went well yesterday. So it was me, a group of a pair of ladies, their friends, and the instructor. So he was way more pleasant. He was giving more the energy that he was giving in the beginning and everything. So it went well. But I have decided to, my gray hairs are coming through. I need to get my hair retightened. I look crazy. I have decided to not resume lessons. My husband said he's willing to learn how to play, but he's kind of limited to the weekend. So we'll see how it goes. So I'm just gonna sign up for open court, and like if you just do it a one time kind of thing, it's $4, or I think you can get like 12 sessions for $30, which is cheaper than lessons anyway. But I maintain good emotional intelligence with the guy. So anyway, that's how that go. Now I had closed this door, but of course my big dog came and opened it up because he had to see who I was talking to, as if he didn't just see me walking here by myself. Can y'all hear music in the background? If you can, let me know, because my husband is working out, and I don't know why he has to hear the music so loud. So I just want to make sure it's not coming through, because I don't want no problems with YouTube. So can y'all hear that music? Okay, good. All right, so welcome everybody to Tell Me Something Good Thursdays here on Same OT. And we always like to get started with our wins for the week. And so while you are typing your wins in, I will type mine. So first win is, as of yesterday, I have exercised 53 days straight out of my 75 soft. And I realized today I'm tired of exercising. I can't wait till this challenge is over. One thing I do think, because even on Saturdays, that's supposed to be like an active rest day, I still have been kind of sort of still working out, like maybe not 45 minutes intentionally, but like I'll balance it out, because I'm not going to do yoga, or I'm not, whatever. So I think my body needs a rest. I think that's really what it is, like a true rest. So once this 75 soft is done, yeah, I will probably I feel like the habit of exercising has been instilled to do it daily, no matter what. Like, I got to exercise once I get off here, because I had to go get an ultrasound of my leg. So I didn't do it this morning. But when this challenge is done, which I think is going to be July 18th, I think is my last day, I'm probably going to take a week off and regroup, or whatever day July 18th fall on. I guess it'll be probably a Friday or Saturday. So yeah, I might take a week off and then regroup, and try to do more balance. I have this thing called Pilates bar. And I when I first got it, it was kicking my butt. Like, Pilates, people think, oh, it's just Pilates or whatever. That stuff is kind of hard, So I think I'm going to incorporate that and maybe just do 15 minutes on the treadmill, or 15 minutes on the mini step, or something like that. And then today, on my feed, I found this yoga place that's not too far from my house. Actually, it's kind of close to where the pickleball place is. And I was like, you know what? I might give it a try. I wish they had hot yoga, which I don't think they do, but I don't know. It seemed like a cool place, and it wasn't too expensive. So, all right. The second win for me is that I had to get an ultrasound on my leg. I've been having this pain in my leg. I don't know what's going on. So got an ultrasound to make sure it's not what they call it, a Baker's cyst on the back of my knee, or something going on with the circulation in my leg, which I don't know. But the lady was clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking. I was like, Lord have mercy. I hope they'll come back and say they got to amputate my leg, because that's how it felt. It was a long test. It was about 45 minutes. But we'll see. But anyway, I know that don't sound like a win. But the win is I was able to get that done at one of the offices close to my house, versus having to go all the way to the south suburbs of Chicago. So that was a win for me. And hopefully send up some prayers that whatever's causing the pain ain't nothing too crazy, And even though I had the pain at first, I was like, maybe it's due to the continual exercising. I did have the pain prior to this challenge, but I think it might just be because menopause is knocking at the door. These are the kind of things that can happen. Joint pain, muscle pain, just heart palpitations, just all these crazy things happen to you as a woman as you get closer to menopause. So we shall see. And my last one, I didn't even bring it down here. I don't know if I mentioned it. I meant to bring it down here, but it's called an Osmo Pocket 3. And it's a vlogging camera, or like cinematic footage type camera. But I have found this guy, I can't remember his name, and I've never given anybody like a super thanks or super chat. I had to send him a super chat, because his video gave me the confidence to start using the camera. So if you notice in the, well, not the next couple of videos, but eventually probably within the next month, you start noticing like, hey, the cameras look a little bit different, or this and that. It's because this guy helped me set up the camera, how to use it, how I can use it as a webcam and all this stuff. So I was excited about that because I spent a lot of money on that camera, and I got it probably like easily a year and a half ago and never used it. So I did use it for the first time this past weekend just to kind of get the feel of it and things of that nature. So that'll be a camera that I'll start doing more footage, especially like when I do get the memberships up and be doing like behind the scenes stuff and things like that. So those are my wins. Nothing super fantastic, but nonetheless positives that worked out for me. Okay, I'm glad y'all don't hear no music. Well, the only thing with the music playing, I do now that I have the monetization ability on the channel, I do monetize the lives, so if they could hear that music, I think it would not go through. Let's see. Okay. MT says her win is, my win for the week is camping this weekend. I can't wait to disconnect, enjoy the nature. Yes, that will be a great win. Okay, let's see. Hey, Esty, how are you? Thank you, MT and Melissa. Yeah, it's a really cool camera. Really cool camera. I meant to bring it down here, but I'll be rushing because they always go over. Like the Zoom only supposed to be an hour, so it's from 6 to 7 my time. That's why I pushed us back to 7:30, because it's like, okay, we might go over a little bit. They still was going, and I was like, okay, I gotta go. Like, y'all are important to me as well, so I can't just leave y'all hanging, right? I had found these glasses. I thought they was kind of cool. They are mason jar. And I think I kind of like the wider opening than the ones that I use. It's still 16 ounces, and it kind of got a little bit of that decoration, gives it a little bit of grip so it don't slip out, and easier to clean. So I had got some grapes last week. They was not sweet at all. And so I was like, can't be wasteful. So that juice actually turned out really good. So it's apples, green grapes, lemon, what else? Spinach, ginger, and parsley. That's what it is. And it tastes really good. Really good. So anyway, that's it. Okay, anybody else got some wins? Don't forget to put them in there. And while y'all typing that out, so like I mentioned, memberships are coming. I really have the best of intentions for them to be live as of Sunday. I just got to read through some of the rules and things of that nature, because I was thinking like maybe like the first 20 people who join the membership, definitely gonna keep it reasonable, because YouTube take their cut and things like that. So I want to I don't know, like do a giveaway, or I was even thinking about like, I don't know, like some type of giveaway. So I gotta see, is it okay? Do I have to do it as a raffle, or can I literally be like, well, the first 20 people who become members will get X, Y, and Z. I ain't trying to get in trouble with YouTube. So between now and Sunday, I hope to have all that information cleared up so that we can go live with the memberships. Excuse me, because I already got some things that I want to do come July. Awesome. Pam said she got off 2 medications this week. That's awesome. Let's see. Melissa said, my win for the week. Me and my husband are getting a lot of our house projects done before we have people over for the 4th of July. That's great. Yeah, that's great. It's nothing like getting house stuff done. Me and my husband, we was on a roll, and then we wasn't. So we got to get back on it. We call it power hour, and we would take an hour usually on a Saturday, and we would tackle whatever it was. So if it was the bedroom, like dusting, change the sheets, vacuum, whatever it was, we would take an hour, and then we would see if we wasn't done in an hour, then we would say, okay, do you want to continue 15 more minutes or what have you? And a lot of times, because it's two of us, doing the room, we would get it knocked out, and we was making a lot of progress. And then I don't know what happened. You know how it is. That's just like, I think I'm almost afraid to stop the workouts until the challenge is over, because if I give myself one day, I just feel like, oh, is one day gonna turn into 2 days, 3 days, I see some more people coming in. Hey, Butterfly. Oh, me too, Melissa. Me too. Hey, C from DC. How you doing? We were just talking about wins and things like that. So please put your wins in the chat. And I was talking about memberships. And how I hope to have that live by Sunday. So some of the things that I plan for the memberships will be, like, obviously, I think I mentioned last week, exclusive membership only lives. So I know I definitely want to do one like XJW kickback, and that's where we can just, maybe somebody will come with a topic, XJW related or whatever, or we can just kick back and, just talk behind the wall, so to speak, versus over here where we have to kind of keep it cute. I want to do like a girls' night theme, and that would just kind of be for women to kind of discuss, women issues and concerns. So definitely want to do that. I'm just trying to decide, would I like come live here maybe second and fourth Thursday of the month, and then the first and third. Did I say Monday or Thursday? I'm telling y'all, my brain just been scatterbrained. Second and fourth Thursday of the month will be Tell Me Something Good Thursdays here, and then first and third Thursday will be those exclusive membership only lives. That's kind of what I'm thinking, because what I've been reading when it comes to memberships, like, one, you want to make sure there's some value there, but also you want to make sure that it kind of goes inside with what you're doing right now for your channel, kind of thing. So I think most of the real ones that would even consider becoming members are kind of used to this Thursday time slot. So that's why I kind of would want to keep it, together. Okay. There's a lot going on in the chat. Let's see. Okay. What is that? Is it Macedonia? Hello. Accountability. Give me an example. What you mean as far as like in the memberships when you say accountability? Okay, see, I don't think we knew that. I think you would just usually say, hey, this C from DC, but that was it. So good to know. Let's see, Butterfly says, it's an almost laughable win, but I struggle with, y'all, I think I'm gonna have to turn this light on because I can't see. And if I put my glasses on, I don't think it's gonna help. Right, it's still gonna make it blurry. Let me turn this light on, guys. Move. This is 50. Trying to set the mood and can't see. All right, it says it's an almost laughable win, but I've struggled with because I always do my bare minimum while working out. But this week I increased my 30-minute workouts by 10 minutes. For me, that's huge. That is huge. That ain't laughable. That's huge. Excuse me. Yeah, that's good. Yep. All right. It's nothing wrong with that. I used to be the queen of 30 minutes too. Until I started the 75 South challenge where, it's 45 minutes. But I'd be lying if I didn't say that when I be on that treadmill, I'll be like, oh my God, I want to push stop at 30 so bad, So, all right, well, I'm glad. So here's the thing. The reason I like to start with wins is because it don't have to be something, that you think people gonna feel like it's super fantastic. The win sometimes is I survived this week. You know what I'm saying? Or just it could be just real life stuff. Real life stuff, like I was so excited about being able to use that Pocket 3 this weekend. Now I ain't took the footage and put it on my computer or nothing like that to try to edit it. But it's like, man, I finally did the first thing. Like I literally took it out and was, capturing video to get a feel for it. So I don't never want y'all to feel like the win gotta be huge, If it's like I started my savings account today with $5, that's a win. Because the day before you didn't have no savings account. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be something super big. Every small change, and becomes a habit and it becomes, a bigger deal. So thanks for sharing. So y'all like the little preliminary. So like I said, with the membership, I want to do like some exclusive members only type things because everybody who, comes to the channel, they come for different reasons. Just like we have people who are part of the Real Ones Tribe who are actually part of my off platform book club. And one of them, Nada JW, I think she initially saw one of my Sister Lock videos, and I don't know if it recommended one of the JW videos or she just was like, oh, she seems kind of interesting, and end up going down a rabbit hole and was like, oh my God, I didn't know this about JWs, but she liked my energy, the vibe or whatever. And so she part of the book club and stuff. So I want to kind of do to my I guess you want to say base. Obviously, XJW community is my biggest, base. And then Gen X and Sister Lock and, people interested in health and wellness will probably be, the category second. So I don't want to exclude anybody. So I do want to include everybody. So I think having those kind of exclusive days to go live in the membership will be good. Some behind the scenes stuff. I be want to have like deeper conversations, maybe share a little bit more about myself that I'd rather do behind the wall, versus here. Here is very open because y'all know we can get a couple of people who we all be trying to, block at the same time kind of thing. All right, Melissa. Melissa, you do have good energy. That's what drew me to you as well. Oh, Melissa, you so sweet. You so sweet. All right. So, did anybody see my video I uploaded today? If you did, thank you. If you didn't, don't forget, go over there and check it out. So what it was about was like the fourth, or another thing that I feel was being communicated in that apostate video that the Jehovah's Witnesses are showing at the convention this summer. So it was one thing that I wanted to bring up that I didn't, because I feel like I had to really kind of edit, because I think as I started talking, I think I might have missed the connection with some pieces, but it seemed like people was getting the gist of it. That at the end of the day, when people are sick, disabled, just bed bound, whatever, having health challenges, whatever the case is, no way should their religion be making them feel guilty or pressured to keep up with their spiritual routine. When if you don't have your health, like, that's how I look at it. When I was younger, and people would say that, like, oh, you got your health, you young, you trying to get money, you trying to be that girl kind of thing. And people like, but you got your health. And at the time, you don't appreciate it because you're young, right? But now that I'm 50, going and get ultrasounds on my legs, trying to see what's, going on, your health is most important. Because, like, if you ain't healthy, right, you can have all the money in the world, that money may not be able to prolong your life. I don't know how else to say it. But I was just a point that I wanted to bring up in the video that I forgot to, was kind of like the role that your religion, your preachers, your pastors, your elders, your ministerial servants, should be playing, the role they should be playing when you are sick like that. You do have cancer or something to that nature, should be one of, I can't think of the word, but in service to you, the person, right? So it made me think of when my grandmother and my aunt, when they got to the point where they, their mobility wasn't the greatest, right? Neither one of them was driving. My grandma had stopped driving like many, many, many years. And then my aunt had a stroke, and that, so therefore she couldn't drive anymore. Those pastors and associate pastors and deacons, my grandmother and aunt was living in the south suburbs of Chicago at the time, and the home church was is on 51st, 49th in King Drive, somewhere around here. So it's a nice little trip, right? Assuming that, don't know where these brothers was coming from, but they would come over there every like that first, whatever one day during that week of first Sunday to give them communion. Wasn't no money's exchange, wasn't no like, give me your tithes or I ain't gonna give you this communion. It wasn't none of that. They came out there because this was basically sick and shut in who had requested that they wanted to get communion first Sunday, and that's how it should be. Like, you might get a couple of brothers, a couple of friends go check on people. But as I was making that video, and if y'all saw at some points, it seemed like I was yelling because I was getting irritated, because I just started thinking back of some of the older friends when I was in the congregation, that when they got old and this and that, they basically would be like, well, where's your kids? Where are your kids? And it's like, they the only ones here. Their kids have moved to another state, or their kids are disfellowship from when they were 16 and now they're 56. Just all these things. It's just a dirty, dirty game. It's just a dirty, dirty organization. So that's one thing I had wanted to bring up, that that is different in these other religions. That pastoral staff and things like that. It's not uncommon to hear that amongst other religions, where those religious leaders will come to the homes. You know, yeah, they may not take care of the person, but at least they coming to give them spiritual food, right? Versus these, you know, witnesses who are sick and just, you know, in a bad way health wise, expected to come and serve them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have to forgive me. I feel like menopause is like really knocking at the door because my brain fog has been just terrible. Oh, you didn't watch all of it, Melissa? Now, see, I be trying to get, now that I know that you like the videos in the morning, I be trying to get them out. Now, just playing. I know it was a longer one. I tried to chop it down as much as I could. I be trying to keep them like really like less than 20 minutes. I like the long videos though, but I know everybody don't like that. Thank you, Butterfly. Watch it for me, girlfriend. I was stacky. What you mean I was stacky? Stacky on the video? I don't even know what stacky means. Y'all still there? It says 8 people in here. Oh, static. Oh, you know what? Hold on. It might have been because the Bluetooth. Hopefully it's better. Is it better? Okay, I will. I'll write that down. I'm telling you, it's like the last couple of weeks. I was like, oh, MG, I think it's on my shoulder, Mr. Menopause or Sister Menopause. Let's see. Melissa said you came out with that at 12 my time. I was busy at work doing stuff. I didn't catch your video till I was out the work going, oh, I'm just teasing with you, Melissa. Yeah, you know what, Esty? I honestly, I was telling my mom, I'm starting to have the night sweats. I could deal with the night sweats. I could even deal with the hot flashes. The brain fog is what's driving me crazy. I take magnesium glycinate, so I don't really have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep for the most part. And you know, I think what I'm feeling, but I did want to get that ultrasound is, you know, the aches and pains. That sometimes people, you know, joint pain. Few weeks ago, I was having heart palpitations. That's why I was like, I think menopause might be knocking at the door. I think I am officially exiting perimenopause and menopause is knocking at the door. All right, you up out of here. Let's see. Melissa said, "Thank you, SEA. I'm not." Oh yeah. So anyway, that's how that go. All right. So question of the week. Question of the week. Now I don't think we got really no guys on here tonight, like TW, Cool Sense. But hey, we'll go for it, right? All right. So this was my question. Thinking, watching some stuff that I had seen today. Oh, there you go. Hey. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, question of the week. And obviously, you know, it's never no like right or wrong answer with this. So, should men and women split the bills? And we talking about like household bills, assuming they married or just whatever, living together, however you want to paint it. Do you believe? Should men and women split the bills if they live together? I'm gonna leave it at that. I was gonna give all this extra, but I just want to see what y'all say. Question of the week: should men and women split the bills? Which message? I got the message, Butterfly, about is it borage seed oil? I saw that one. Did you have another one outside of that? I wrote it down. Okay, Esty say yes, they should split the bills. You mind giving us a little bit more as to why you think that men and women should split the bills? Let's see. Melissa said yes, if they're living together, they should both help each other to pay the bills. Okay, so when I say split, I mean 50-50. So I assume that's what Esty meant. Melissa, are you saying 50-50 as well? Because the way I'm reading what you said, Melissa, is a little bit different. Because you said if they are living together, they should both help each other to pay the bills. So I don't mean split. Okay. No, you can go ahead and put it in there, Butterfly. Now, I know some of the classic ones like that that they taught us in school. What is it? Black cohosh and things like that. My thing sometimes with herbs is that because I have hypothyroidism, like I was taking ashwagandha, I loved it, but it seemed like it threw my thyroid levels off. But I'm hoping, I plan to start taking like some supplement cocktail, so to speak, with to help improve my gut health, and I'm hoping that will help as well, or at least put me in a position where I can maybe start taking ashwagandha or maybe even this seed or you recommended, and it don't throw my thyroid levels off, But if you think of it, put it in there. Okay, Esty says she think 50-50. MT said, my husband and I share a bank account, so we pay the bills together. I agree 50-50. All right. C says yes. Melissa say 50-50. All right. I must say, I didn't think it would be this way. Are y'all gonna unsubscribe if I tell y'all something? Oh Lord. When I first met my husband, I wasn't opposed to 50-50. But once he told me that, as a Jamaican man, he wouldn't feel right as a man if he didn't pay like the mortgage or rent, then I was like, yeah, I like that. I like the way that sounds. So that's why I was asking for clarification, Melissa, because I do believe if both people work, right, they both generate an income. Let me just say that. They both generate an income that, unless one person's income is just so low, kind of thing, and the other one is just so high. Yeah, I think, it's definitely nothing wrong with both parties contributing to the household bills. But thank the Lord, my husband don't look for me to help him with the mortgage. Because if he did, I probably wouldn't have been able to venture out and go full time with my clinic like I did, it'll be it'll be a year in August that I left that other position and just solely been a full time entrepreneur. But I do pay the utilities, so I'm very thankful to him for that. Let's see. Butterfly. Oh, Black cohorts. Yeah. Dung. We. Is that how you say that? Dung. QUAI doesn't agree with me. Oh, okay. But this. Okay. Starflower. Yeah. You know what? I used to use evening primrose. Maybe I need to come back and do that. I used to use that back in the day. Can't remember why I was using it, but no, butterfly. We talking about like household bills, not dates. So like married people, people who live together, engaged people, any man, well, any couple. We ain't discriminating over here. Any couple that lives together. But for questioning purposes, to keep it easy, we just saying man, woman. Melissa, I'm confused. You said we are all entitled to your onion, or exactly what was you trying to say? Okay, TW said it depends. If one partner makes 450,000 per year and the other 25,000, we may have an issue with 50-50. However, when there is a big income difference, I wonder what they have in common. Oh, TW, you done started something. You did. You look. I didn't even read the next sentence. I already knew. I just opened a can of worms. Butterfly, you finish how you began. I believe in allowing the man to show you who he is first, because he may be the type who expects it and feels entitled. Okay, I got you. Yes, I must admit that yeah, on the first date, I definitely am not trying to go 50-50. So now that me and my husband is married, we don't never go 50-50. Either I, pick up the bill if we go out to eat, or he pick up the bill. But 9 times out of 10, he picks up the bill if we go out to eat, like a, sit down kind of thing. Unless like it's his birthday or, whatever. Or I just feel like being a boss that day, I'll go ahead and pay. But no, but what TW said, the first part, and then we'll tackle the second part. That to me is a factor. Like even when me and my husband got married, no, I ended up taking a pay cut because I wanted to get a job that kind of mirrored his schedule. And I was working at a private women's health private doctor office. So they weren't trying to pay a lot compared to when I, worked in the hospital and this and that. But the trade-off was, no weekends, basically having the same hours he had. So, we could start the marriage out, on a good foot and not be ships passing in the night. And so, yeah, he was definitely carrying the heavy load. But then once I left that job and, became an MP and things of that nature, you know, we still want 50-50. And I'm okay with that. I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm happy to pay these utilities. But real talk, I have more personal bills than my husband. My student loan debt is my biggest expense. My car is almost paid off. For the most part, yeah, I don't do yeah, I don't carry like balances over on my credit cards. I was trying to think, do I have a balance on any one of them? I might have one that have a balance. But I use credit cards like debit cards. So I, only buy, you know, like my American Express, I buy like I would with a debit card, but I get the points, kind of thing. So I pay it off. But that student loan, my car note, you know, And my income has gone back down. So I was up and then I'm back down, because I pay myself like probably ain't even minimum wage if I did the math. But I do that because I like seeing a cushion in my, business account. And I'm able to pay my bills. And I still do Sister Lock. So that's a source of income as well. So, but yeah, I'm glad he don't go 50-50. Let's see. I know you serious. We're gonna talk about it, TW. Sorry, I was trying to say we are all entitled to your opinion. Yeah, we all, yeah. Did I miss something? Did I miss something, Melissa, in regards to, you said, sorry, I was trying to say we're all entitled to your opinion. He is a good person, see. Okay, our opinion. Okay, gotcha. Butterfly. I believe that some women believe struggle up is the only thing out there. Now, I agree with that. That said, if he shows a willingness to financially lead, hate that word, then I'm happy to help. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, when my husband said that, I was like, oh yeah. Yeah. You know, we celebrated our 8th year anniversary in April. So I always like to come up with like a little game or whatever. So it was like we had to come up with 8 words. So he had to come up with 4, I had to come up with 4. And they had to be like words related to the marriage, right? Or whatever. And so one of my words was stability. And he hate when I say that. But I was like, yeah, you was a stable man. But in his head, because of the type of women that would approach him prior to meeting me, it was like they was looking for stability too, but kind of like what TW was saying, if he's in upper management or whatever at this company and you're entry level, not trying to make it a money thing, but he was just like, he wanted somebody who had at least the basics, like an apartment, have a car, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So, yeah, I always tell him stability. I mean, I think most of y'all seen my beginning story. They was trying to hook me up with some real jokers at that Kingdom Hall who did not have stability. And I was like, so y'all looking at me for the steady check. No, thank you. Mm-mm. No, thank you. I don't never want to be in a position like I'm real fortunate, I'm glad, that my husband had the upbringing that he had. Because I told him when I met him, I said, you make me feel like how my grandfathers made me feel. I love my daddy, but my daddy didn't get stable and steady probably until after my grandma passed. So probably his late 30s, early 40s. He still was like a wild child, running wild kind of, as far as, being like a full-time stable type parent kind of thing. But I tell my husband all the time, you remind me of my grandfathers, like, men who just like take care of their household, gonna make sure that what need to be done is done, gonna make sure that, the wife has a roof over her head and food, on the table. And I appreciate that, and people, some of my girlfriends, buddies, and stuff like that, and they be like, oh, da 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 da, and I'm like, kind of like what Butterfly was saying. If you go in with something to bring to the table besides what's between your legs, right? You gotta. This is why we need to have conversations behind the wall. I'm gonna just shut up. I'm just shut up. Okay, let's see. TW said, I'm OG historically. I paid 100%. Here is the problem. Some women feel entitled and don't appreciate Man paying everything. Fortunately, most women do appreciate kindness. I agree. And I don't think I would, I take that back. No, I, I agree. When I was in MP school, um, I didn't work. I ended up, when I started the clinical part, I had to quit. And so I couldn't pay the utilities no more. So my husband took that over. I, wasn't buying the groceries no more. So he took that over. And I wasn't even doing sister locks at the time. I was hustling a little bit, doing gig work like DoorDash and what's the other one, Instacart and stuff like that. But then it was like everybody named mama started doing it. So then, it wasn't even worth going out. Like you was, wasting more gas and doing that. And that was just for me to try to keep, a little bit of money to be able to at least pay the minimums, like, and things of that nature. At that time, I didn't have a car note. But it was a struggle for me to have to like let him pay all the bills or ask him for, money to get my hair done and stuff like that. Cause I just was so used to having money. So yeah, even if my husband did make, you know, I don't know, $1 million a year or something like that, and I didn't have to work, I still would work because I gotta have my own. All right, Melissa's back. Butterfly said, yes, TW, the entitlement goes both ways. Yeah, there's some real jokers out here on both sides. And I think whether you're a man or a woman, if you are a stable person, good job, good income, nice place, things of that nature, people will, seek you out one way or another. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. So that was interesting. I didn't think that so many people would go with 50-50. But like TW said, I could see that if like incomes are about the same and maybe personal debt. I was 42 when I got married. So, I had accumulated some debt, in that time. Whereas my husband didn't really have a lot of debt. We have some differences. I'm a buy a new car type person. He's a buy a pre-owned, car type person. So yeah, he be paying his cars off way sooner than I do. Let's see, TW said, what turns off men and women are potential partners with excellent goals with no plans to achieve their goals. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Yeah, you have to be able to execute. You have to be able to execute. Can I help you, sir? You want to get on camera? Hmm? Little. Oh, Mr. Pepper had a birthday, y'all. His birthday was the 24th. I guess he want to get on camera. He didn't want this little stinky butt over here. You want to say hi? Come here. Come here. Say hi to the people. Right here. Look. Right here, Pepper. Say hi. Say, this is the face of a menace. I'm a menace. I'm really a menace. People think I'm so cute and sweet, but I'm really a menace. That's who I am. You a menace? Yes. All right, get down. It's your little stinky self. He is a menace. He is the one that everybody think, oh my God, he's so cute. Da 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 da. He's the menace. He will try to bite you. He's the first one to start the fights. My other dog, not so much. Now, my other dog will make you think that he's going to tear you limb from limb, right? Because he's big, he's black, he's scary. But this is the menace. This is the one who will bite you. Oh, they coming. They coming. What time is it? It's 8:32. I think my husband gonna take them OUT one last time, and then when I get off, they gonna get it. That's probably what they want. I've been giving it to them at 8 o'clock because I've been getting sleepy. I've been like, man, let me get this to them at 8 o'clock. I go take me a shower, and I be having the best of intentions to whatever work on my gut health class or get something to my admin that we need to, send out. Next thing you know, my eyes be crossing. You want melatonin? That's what you want? Something else. So anyway, well, just a little bit of a heads up. I'll be the next couple of videos will not necessarily be XJW related. One, I want to talk about going from clueless to being monetized, because I think more people my age probably would do well on YouTube with their lived experience, whether it's XJW or something totally different. So trying to get them some encouragement. And then it's this show. Okay, bye Pam. And then it's this show called 1,000-Pound Roomies. Two Black women who I believe are in their early 40s, and collectively they weigh over 1,000 pounds. And so show is very interesting. I am passionate about weight loss and wellness, right? Y'all know that. But I'm particularly passionate when it comes to Black women, because Black women are the most obese here in America. And that's just a category we don't want to be in, because obesity is more than just having curves or being thick, right? It eventually can set you up for these chronic diseases. So I want to do a little bit of like review of the show, but also give like some tips and things like that to help people, not necessarily, people, because I'm sure it's going to be more than just Black women watching that video, but in particular Black women who are struggling with weight, to be able to baby step better, and kind of cheerleading for these women. So that's going to be coming down. And then I got a couple of more XJW videos in mind. So I don't know what's going on. Oh, you know what? I think it's about to rain or something. Oh, my page. Thank you. Is it back? Is it back now? Talking about reconnecting. Can y'all let me know if it's back? The last thing I saw was TW saying it was frozen. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm good now. Okay. I use notes, but what I try to do sometimes. I don't know what happened, y'all. I hope you can hear me. I'm glad that you like the idea about talking about in connection with that show. I don't know if I'm showing up as frozen. I guess they want us to get off. I'm hoping that in the next week or so, I'll be streaming live through like Restream, and hopefully I won't have these issues, because I think people say that sometimes when you go live directly from live, it happens. Oh my God. So it's coming through clear on my side, but it's jacked up on y'all side, huh? Well, maybe this is a sign we all up on y'all side, huh? Well, maybe this is a sign we all need to go to